what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are here once again at the place that I live and the place where all the magic happens when it comes to editing the videos and answering comments. But the great news is we're here because of the 2021 Toyota Camry. Toyota's top selling vehicle. You know, it's like the Camry and the Corolla are just, they sell them like they're going out of style. They are going to invest a little bit more for 2021 with a refresh and some styling, some new technology, and an all-new trim for the hybrid. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in and find out why is Toyota still selling sedans here in the United States. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're starting off. That is really the biggest talking point right there. That's the all-new for 2021 Toyota Camry Hybrid, but this one's an XSE trim. What Toyota wants to do is they just want to dominate with the Camry and the Corolla. And what I mean by that is they want to have trims that suit every type of personality, every type of lifestyle. One thing that they found out from their customers, which I'm sure some of you are Toyota customers, is that they like the hybrid. They just wanted a little bit more sporty look and feel out of the Camry Hybrid. And boy, oh boy, by going XSE on the hybrid, you're definitely getting that tenfold. Now, across the whole lineup, there is some light refresh that's going on with the lighting, as you can see here with that beautiful LED daytime running lamps. But you're also going to get interior that's been refreshed as well. Now, on the front end, we're going to focus primarily on the XSE. That's really the biggest talking point for 2021. You'll notice the very aggressive styling. What I love about hybrids today that I once never liked is that no longer do they look like science experiments. No longer do they look like somebody took a piece of paper and folded it really weird and then opened it up again. Now you're getting a vehicle. It looks like a Camry, obviously, but you could see that sportiness that's been brought to the hybrid, especially with all of these different grille shapes and the way that they have the front end of the vehicle shaped. Even when they came out with this generation back in 2017, very aggressive. I like the LED headlights, those LED daytime running lamps, the silver, the way they kept it color matched, the lower splitter area, very aggressive, but yet then you're gonna get those maximum MPGs out of this hybrid setup. With the restyled front, you're also gonna get some touches to the interior. Now, what that's gonna include is an all new, what they're calling a floating infotainment system. So instead of everything being integrated, which I never really truly loved, now they're gonna have this floating system, 7-inch or 9-inch, and get ready for this, I hope you're sitting down. For the first time, yes, Apple CarPlay we already had, but now you get Android Auto and Amazon Alexa all there for you to use no matter what system you're using. On the hybrid, check out those wheels. Those are probably going to be some of the best looking wheels on a hybrid I've ever seen. The hybrid badge looks tasteful. The split spoke design of those wheels, gloss black, works great with the silver. Now, of course, on the front of the business, there is a bit of gloss black, but I think it really is balanced nicely, especially if you go the silver route. It has a nice color contrast to it. On the interior, on the XLE trim, there is a new herringbone treatment to the interior. That may be something that really you want to gravitate towards if you want something a little extra fancy, especially being the XLE trim. But on this XSE trim of a hybrid, the two-tone roof fits it to a T. The gloss black on your mirror caps, the gloss black wheels. I think we'd both agree that's a very aggressive looking hybrid. Now, when it comes to safety, they didn't forget you on that. You're going to get the new updated Toyota Safety Sense 2.5, which is great. And then like I had mentioned earlier in the video when we first started, they're doubling down on sedans. Where other manufacturers are pulling out of that sedan segment and just doing crossovers and SUVs, Toyota feels that there still is a great demand, and the Camry and its smaller sibling, the Corolla, has been such a great selling vehicle. Now, of course, when you go hybrid, like before, you're not really skimping on interior space. You're going to still have great interior space. I love on the trunk the gloss black spoiler there. Really just makes everything very cohesive from front to back. I guess the only thing I could really gripe on is that the Camry badge should be blacked out. I think that would be a nice extra touch, but super clean on what they did with the styling, especially the front end. You can see the addition of that XSE. This is the first time in Camry history to have an XE hybrid style vehicle. Where the Camry really wins over the Accord, over the Mazda 6, of course, is that great reliability. And really, when you go hybrid, you're getting the big dog when it comes to maximizing those MPGs. I love the rear of the vehicle, especially that simulated rear diffuser. Not the biggest fan of those gloss black sections because of the way they flare out the back a little bit, because they're not functional. But overall, the way they did the taillights, super spot on. Full LED on the taillights, tasteful on the hybrid. You know, some vehicles like to really boast about hybrid this, hybrid that. Really clean. You can see that nice automatic opening trunk, large opening. And that's what makes the Camry great too. Not only is it going to help with driving dynamics, driving a sedan is much more enjoyable than an SUV, but it's also going to allow you to still have that capacity for cargo space, which is great. On the inside, on top of the different infotainment system, which they're calling that floating infotainment system, you're also going to get a revised dash and center console trim. So it's going to really clean up everything and kind of bring it a little bit more in alignment with what you can see. And there's that floating infotainment system screen. Now, I know a lot of people would say, oh, well, isn't that an iPad style? Yes and no. It's not. They could have stuck it up a lot higher. I really think that what Toyota focuses on is really helping with that visibility. The one thing I've always been hung up on is that silver trim that kind of splits the driver from the passenger. I am going to zonk that. It looks out of place, and it makes the interior look a little busy. Another thing, still that solid black plastic on the steering wheel there. I wish they would hollow that out or put maybe a hybrid badge or something like that. But the 9-inch infotainment system screen is a welcome addition, especially with having now the Android Auto. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that. There's the beautiful seating arrangement. And Lori and I have driven Camrys. Not only have I driven a Camry as a press fleet vehicle, but we have driven them as even a rental car in the lowest trim, and they ride really, really well. The 8-speed automatic is still available in the naturally aspirated. Of course, you go CVT with other trims and whatnot. You're going to have the different drive modes, and that's another great thing, is that you have that flexibility of going with the inline-4 naturally aspirated engine or with the V6. So they really, truly believe that they make a Camry for everybody. And I think that really is so clear, especially with this new 2021 Camry. All the connectivity, wireless charging optional, of course, USBs. I like the way they have the cup holders there with the silver trim. Heated and ventilated seats is always a nice touch as well. Really allows you to enjoy the act of driving no matter what the outside temperature is. And then the back seat room, even in the hybrid, there's tons of space back there for people, which is great because, you know, you do have the additional use of the battery back there, but you still got plenty of room. Loving the seat trim, very, very nice design, especially the stitch work. The bolstering looks like it's a great size there. You have your power seat controls with lower lumbar, which is a very, very nice touch. And back at the exterior, I think my favorite part on the front end is definitely going to be the daytime running lamps. The style of those daytime running lamps and the way that they shape the grille, the top portion, and really put that Toyota logo there really, really makes things nice. Here we see the other trims of the Camry. So you can see the wheel design, nice split spoke, very, very large opening, a little bit of chrome trim around the corners there, but I am digging those horizontal slots, and still you'll notice those illuminated daytime running lamps on this non-hybrid Toyota Camry forward-facing camera, which is a great touch. And I'm also thinking that the color palette that they use for the Camrys, there's lots of great colors, especially on this particular one. You have a machined aluminum finish with some darker spokes there, gives it a nice style. Otherwise, especially when you compare it to some of the other brands, I think some of the other brands, they go a little, I don't know, like a little boring on the styling. I think the wheel design, even on this particular one, has a nice shape to it, and the way they kind of alternate the brushed aluminum with the painted really helps things along very nicely. You see that toll refresh? That's all new for 2021. So this is what we're focusing on, is that they're taking the Camry, this particular generation, and now they're bringing it a little bit further. This isn't a total redesign, but I think it's just enough to where people are going to say, hey, I've had this Camry for a few years. I want to get some of that new stuff, especially if you need Android Auto. But the back end of the business, the tail end of the business, the taillights are really, really beautiful. Full LED lighting there, super clean design. But if it's things like these, you know, we have this exciting stuff going on, especially with this XLE trim. We have this exciting things going on where we're bringing you this information because we don't have the auto shows to go to right now. If you want us to keep bringing that, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Ladies Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Ladies Rise merch. I got to thank the Sauce Boss. The reason why we call her that is because she has the secret recipe to success. And obviously, she uses it in her daily life, and especially with me. So thank you, Lori, for all that you do, setting up this whole production studio. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.